people, let's see. Did you have anything you wanted to say about that?
Well, I just think that's you're just illustrating some truisms of the day where you could say lifelong lunatics or
Now, I'm so glad you
long-standing
said that.
bullies, right, are getting
Yep.
confronted
Yep.
and the basically the takeaway or the clear message from the whole thing is that no longer are even the sweet, soft, sugary,
Correct.
spiritual silent types accepting or tolerating or condoning
Correct.
or encouraging horrendous, inappropriate, unacceptable behavior in public or behind the scenes.
Correct. And they're trying to be forced. So here's the other thing I noticed. The owners and the business people and the managers and stuff like that are trying really hard to not have you stop it. They are only concerned with the dollar. There are no leadership skills there at all whatsoever.
Yeah.
They are so worried and scared about reviews. Yelp reviews, reviews on the internet, like they're real. I'm sorry. Somebody who is having an emotional, unstable day and knows how to use a computer is going to go there and write something crazy that's not even necessarily true.
Mm.
How you could rely on reviews, I do not even understand. And why you would put that first, I don't know. So these people are not concerned with their employees. They're not concerned with taking care of their employees.
Yes.
Even that's who's making you your money.
Yes.
They're so concerned with the customer. No, sir, that is business from the 80s.
Yeah.
We did that in the 80s when we were not at war. Like that was when we were trying something new and everybody was all about money and everybody was trying to make, these are not those same days. Business does not exist that same way anymore. And most of the customers are bullies. They're entitled bullies and it's not okay. They walk in expecting for your $6.34, you're supposed to make everybody's life hell. And we're supposed to jump over hula hoops for you. No, this is crazy.
Yes.
What they expect. And the silly part is the real part of it is we do go above and beyond and out of our way to give good customer service.
Of course.
And the only people who are complaining and the only people who are having a hard time are the people who don't spend money and are bullies.
Yes.
Anybody who does spend money and is worth 2 cents absolutely adores us, comes back, sends us repeat business, and we've literally tripled their money. So when I got there, they were making this amount and it's literally triple and continuing to go up. And it's all by word of mouth and it's all people who have witnessed it and zero recognition, recognition, just absolutely obsession over, are we putting the customer first? Is the customer putting good reviews on Yelp? Like that's it.
Yeah.
So it's really disgusting. I'm hoping that all of this disgusting business practice ends soon. A lot of people, it has ended for them. They're actually calling people in to counsel with the employees and do have leadership training, actual leadership training, so you can comprehend, how do we work as a team? How do we all give our all? How do we know that we're united so we want to be a part of something, so that we give our best, so that we feel safe, so that we can shine? And those people are flourishing and they're doing really, really well. But this old business stuff, I can't wait for it to go away. It's so gross. It's so gross. And it just reminds me of like the rapey,
raving
male,
lunatic,
I don't even want to say patriarchy because I love patriarchy. I had amazing male figures in my life.
Yes.
But
we're not bashing fathers, we're not bashing mothers. We're saying that intolerable behavior is not tolerated, no matter if it's in the business place or any other place. So,
right. What word could we use other than patriarchy? Like it's males, male dominated, and then putting their grossness into their business practice, like their warped way of thinking, carrying it over and then putting it on everyone else and trying to get everyone else to go with it. It's so gross.
Yeah.
I can't even tell you. I say a prayer every night. I hope the businesses just fail and die if they can't get on board. And, and that's why I really want to promote these new businesses. They get it and they understand what's important and they understand that people are way more important than money. People are more important than money. If you believe that, A, you're still going to make money, And B, we want to promote you.
Yes. And the proof that that method works, and that method even is superior to just
Correct.
accepting unchecked, hostile, aggressive, predatory, and angry behavior.
Yep.
You'll still do great business even if the customer is always right, but the bad customer is right out the door.
Correct. That's the thing.
You know what I mean?
What I have noticed, and I absolutely love it, is that we started. So when I started there, they would play really vulgar music, and they said that's the demographic for this neighborhood.
It's so
I
garbage.
Get it, you know. I understand what you're saying. However, they were continuing to draw that type of person because of this. And so we did as an experiment. And we changed that. So when that person wasn't there, we would change the music. We would change all of the business practices. We would not tolerate the nonsense from the problem causers. And a different type of customer started coming.
Yeah.
And it was the customer who was peace-filled and sweet and nice and so grateful for the effort that we gave.
Yeah.
And they had no problem spending money for good service.
Yes.
And business was so different, whereas the one before was extremely toxic, exhausting, and really just draining on your human force. I don't know how they don't get the difference, but there really is a difference.
A business owner or a business manager who his way of operating is to cater to the lowest common denominator of society and what's considered trendy doesn't deserve the business at all, really, but he deserves the business that he gets, but again, you're the proof. I mean, the thing is that we don't need proof, but people need examples. So
correct.
Right. So you could work in let's say a bad neighborhood or whatever you want to call it, but you don't have to. There's literally zero good reason to sort of infuse your business with negative, dark, raunchy, nasty energy.
In their mind, it's because of the almighty dollar.
Yeah.
It's that they are not putting people in front of money. They don't care. They just want the money.
Yeah.
You're disgusting rapist. Great. We want your money. Like, no, stop doing that.
Yeah.
Don't do that. And I was so glad that you said be the example, because that was the first thing that I had on the list that I had wanted to talk about. And when we were talking earlier about the dudes that are losing their mind and then acting like whipped puppies when you call them out on it, absolutely like a 6-year-old child.
Yeah, because they've never been
confused.
checked in their life.
Yeah, really. The part 2 to that I wanted to say was I also noticed, I had this, and I would have to be in front of you because if you could see me, you would laugh your head off. It's so funny. But this little old guy, and he was so crotchety and he was so rude and he was so just disrespectful. And one day I remember watching him, really old. I mean, we're talking, probably 70s, 80s. And he's rolling his head, right? He's rolling his head like a small child would do. And then as he's rolling his head, he's really trying to make big eye circle rolls. And at first I thought he's having a seizure.
Yeah, there's something wrong with this guy.
Something's happening. And then I froze and I said, sir, are you all right? Are you trying to roll your eyes at me? And then he shook his head. Yes. While he's rolling his head, while he's rolling his eyes. Like he wanted to make sure it was a body dance. It was so funny. I couldn't even be upset because it was hilarious.
Yes.
Right? And so the guy goes, and then, maybe 4 months later, he'd come and gone a couple times. He'd gotten a little nicer, and I'm aware it could be medication. It could be whatever. I have no clue. There's all kinds of things going on.
Yeah.
With the way the government and the world and people and everything is just really smashing down, salt of the earth citizens. Everybody's kind of losing it. And it's sad, they don't have the foundations that they were supposed to have. They didn't see the imminent danger, so they didn't understand why to get them, and they don't have them. But anyways, this guy came in about 4 months later, and I did not recognize him.
Oh,
He looked so different,
all right.
really put together. And I had understood, from what I had seen, that he was maybe a really important person in life, that he had really done, even in music, specifically music and classical music,
all right,
had done some really big and great, amazing things. And was well-to-do, but you would have never known it. You would have thought he was homeless. Like, he was a lunatic. And then all of a sudden, a couple months later, after having seen him for a year, a really long time, he just was a different person. He was extremely eloquent. He looked you in the eyes. His clothes were ironed. His hair was combed. Like, he was a different person. And so to be able to see that change, I was feeling really discouraged with humanity. Like, this is what we're left with. Really, this is what we're left with. Because I see, like I said, hundreds of them on a daily basis. But it really gave me hope.
Yeah.
Like, okay, maybe we don't know everything. Maybe, somebody's got that prize, champion inside of them, just waiting to come back out to make their comeback or to make their debut. And so, that was the other side of it's not all bad. I also saw some really good, beautiful, hopeful things that made me very happy and really, were melty on my heart.